If you've defeated a demonic narcissist, they'll do certain things to get back at you. Have you ever wondered why some people just can't let you go, even after you've walked away? Why does it seem like they're always lurking in the shadows, trying to manipulate the narrative? Have you ever found yourself questioning why this narcissist was in your life to begin with? Could there be a deeper, even spiritual reason behind their behavior? In this story, we're going to uncover the secret to this principle. Why demonic narcissists react the way they do when you break free from their control. We'll explore the tactics they use, the spiritual warfare at play, and most importantly, how you can protect yourself. If this topic has ever affected your relationships or left you wondering why the battle seems so intense, stay with us. And if you enjoy deep, thought-provoking teachings on spiritual warfare, consider liking this video and subscribing to Sermons of C.S. Lewis, where timeless wisdom meets biblical truth. Now let's dive in. Number 1. Smear campaign against you. One of the first things a demonic narcissist will do after you've broken free from their control is launch a smear campaign against you. They will twist the truth, spread lies, and make you look like the villain. Suddenly, people who once supported you may begin to doubt you. You'll hear whispers, see the way they look at you differently, and feel the weight of betrayal from those who believe the lies. Why does this happen? Why do people seem so quick to believe false accusations? And more importantly, how do you respond when someone is trying to destroy your name? At the core, people deeply desire acceptance, validation, and belonging. When they hear a well-crafted story, especially from someone who seems convincing, they often side with the narcissist because they don't want to be on the wrong side. It's easier for them to believe the lie than to seek the truth. But what if I told you that understanding this principle could free you from frustration and pain? This principle has helped many people let go of the need for revenge, choose peace, and trust in a greater plan. You see, knowing this truth is one thing, but applying it changes everything. When you understand how the enemy operates, you won't be blindsided. Instead of reacting in anger, you'll respond with wisdom. When people act the wrong way, you don't have to fight back or defend yourself. The best response to a smear campaign is silence and integrity. Let your life prove the truth. Look at the story of Joseph in the Bible. His brothers envied him and sold him into slavery. Later, Potiphar's wife falsely accused him of a crime he didn't commit, and he was thrown into prison. His reputation was destroyed, yet he remained faithful. He lost his strength, his vision, and ultimately, his life. The positive side? This story teaches us to recognize deception before it's too late. The negative side? Samson ignored the warning signs and paid a heavy price. If someone who has mistreated you suddenly comes back acting loving and kind, stop and ask yourself, has anything really changed? Or is this just another cycle of manipulation? Stay strong in your decision. Distance is protection and silence is power. C.S. Lewis once said, "We are what we believe we are." If you believe you are worthy of respect and genuine love, you won't entertain manipulative people who only want control. Stay tuned for the next principle. It will open your eyes even further. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this message with someone who needs it. Your freedom is worth protecting. Number 3. Provoking and gaslighting. After you've broken free from a demonic narcissist, they will do something even more dangerous. They will try to provoke you and make you doubt your own reality. This is called gaslighting. They will deny what they did, twist your words, and try to make you look like the unstable one. They will say things like, "You're too sensitive. That never happened. You're remembering it wrong." And if that doesn't work, they will deliberately try to provoke you, hoping you'll explode so they can play the victim. Have you ever had someone do something cruel to you, and when you confronted them, they made you feel like you were crazy? Have you ever found yourself questioning your own memory because someone kept insisting you were wrong? At the core, people deeply desire truth, clarity, and understanding. We all want to feel heard and validated. But what if I told you that this principle has helped many people take back their power? When you understand how provocation and gaslighting work, you won't fall into the trap of trying to prove yourself to people who refuse to hear the truth. This mindset is crucial because it allows you to stay in control of your emotions. The worst thing you can do when someone is gaslighting you is to argue with them. It only gives them more power. Instead, step back and stay grounded in what you know to be true. When people act the wrong way, don't play their game. The more you react, the more control they have over you. A powerful biblical example of this is Nehemiah and his enemies, Sanballat and Tobiah. When Nehemiah was rebuilding the walls of Jerusalem, his enemies mocked him, spread false rumors, and even sent messengers to provoke him. They wanted to distract him from his mission, but Nehemiah refused to engage. He simply said, "I am doing a great work and cannot come down." Nehemiah 6 verse 3. He ignored their provocations and continued his work, and in the end, the walls were completed, and his enemies were silenced. The positive side? Nehemiah's story teaches us that when you refuse to engage with manipulators, they lose their power. The negative side? If he had allowed himself to be provoked, he might have been distracted and never finished his mission. If someone is gaslighting or provoking you, remember this: you don't have to prove anything to anyone. Trust what you know. Walk away from unnecessary battles. Keep your peace, and let your actions speak louder than words. C.S. Lewis once said, "You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending." You don't have to waste energy trying to change someone's mind. You can choose to move forward in truth. Stay tuned for the next principle. It will reveal even more. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this message with someone who needs it. Your peace is your power. Number 4, turning others against you. Once a demonic narcissist realizes they can't control you, they will try to control how others see you. They will spread lies, twist the truth, and do everything in their power to turn people against you. They know that isolation makes a person vulnerable, so their goal is to make you feel alone, misunderstood, and rejected. But why do people believe them so easily? Why do even those you thought were close to you suddenly act differently? Have you ever noticed how quickly some people switch sides when they hear a negative story about someone? Have you ever found yourself wondering, why are they believing this lie without even asking me? At the core, people deeply desire connection, acceptance, and belonging. When someone, especially a manipulative person, tells them a story, they often believe it because it makes them feel included. It's easier for them to take the narcissist's side than to think critically or stand in truth. But what if I told you that understanding this principle could set you free from the pain of betrayal? Many people have been healed from deep wounds by realizing this truth. People's opinions do not define your destiny. This mindset is powerful because it helps you realize that the battle is not against people. It's spiritual. The enemy uses manipulation and deception to keep you distracted and discouraged. But when you stop trying to defend yourself and trust God, He fights for you. When people act the wrong way, don't waste your energy trying to change their minds. Instead, focus on staying in alignment with God's purpose for your life. One of the greatest biblical examples of this is Jesus himself. The religious leaders of his time hated him, and when they couldn't stop him, they started turning the people against him. The same crowd that once shouted, "Hosanna," later screamed, "Crucify him." Even some of his disciples ran away in fear. But did Jesus fight back? No. He remained silent before his accusers, knowing that God's plan was greater than their lies. The positive side? Jesus' story teaches us that no matter how many people turn against you, if you remain faithful, God will raise you up in due time. The negative side? Betrayal is painful, and the hardest wounds often come from those you once trusted. If someone is turning others against you, remember this: you don't have to prove yourself. Keep your integrity, stay silent when necessary, and let time reveal the truth. Those who are truly for you will see through the lies in the end. C.S. Lewis once said, "What you see and what you hear depends a great deal on where you are standing." Some people will only see a distorted version of you because of where they are standing, but that doesn't change who you really are. Stay tuned for the next principle. It will open your eyes even more. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this message with someone who needs it. Your truth doesn't need validation, it just needs time. Number 5. 5. Self-destructive behaviors or pity plays. When a demonic narcissist realizes they have lost control over you, they may take a drastic turn. They will try to make you feel sorry for them. They may suddenly become the victim, telling everyone how much they are suffering because of you. They may engage in self-destructive behaviors, acting like their life is falling apart, just to make you feel guilty. They want to make you responsible for their pain. But is it real, or just another manipulation tactic? Have you ever had someone hurt you, but when you set boundaries, they somehow turned the situation around and made themselves the victim? Have you ever found yourself questioning, am I being too harsh? Should I give them another chance? At the core, people deeply desire compassion, fairness, and second chances. No one wants to feel like they abandoned someone in need. But what if I told you that understanding this principle has freed many people from false guilt? When you recognize that someone is using pity to manipulate you, you won't fall into the trap of rescuing someone who doesn't truly want to change. This mindset is powerful because it helps you see the difference between genuine repentance and manipulation. The truth is, people who engage in self-destructive behaviors to get attention don't want healing, they want control. When people act the wrong way, don't let emotions cloud your judgment. Instead of rushing to fix things, step back and observe their actions over time. A powerful biblical example of this is King Saul. After disobeying God, Saul refused to take full responsibility for his actions. Instead, he played the victim, blaming others, seeking sympathy, and even trying to use self-pity to manipulate the prophet Samuel. Eventually, when David rose to power, Saul's jealousy led him to destructive behaviors, including seeking a medium and ultimately taking his own life. His pity plays and self-sabotage didn't change his fate, they only revealed his heart. The positive side? This story teaches us that we are not responsible for fixing people who refuse to take responsibility for themselves. The negative side? If we let false guilt control us, we might end up entangled in relationships that drain us spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. If someone in your life is engaging in self-destructive behaviors or pity plays, remember this: guilt is not love, and enabling is not kindness. True love allows people to face the consequences of their actions so they can grow. Stand firm in your boundaries, and don't let manipulation steal your peace. C.S. Lewis once said, "You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream." No matter how much someone tries to guilt-trip you, you have the right to move forward and live in freedom. Stay tuned for the next principle. It will reveal even more wisdom. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this message with someone who needs it. Your peace is worth protecting. 6. Seeking a new supply. Once a demonic narcissist realizes they can no longer control you, they won't waste much time. They will move on to someone else. They will seek out a new person to manipulate, deceive, and drain. But here's the shocking part. They often make sure you see it. They want you to feel replaced, forgotten, and unimportant. But is this really about love, or is it just another strategy? Have you ever noticed how quickly some people jump into a new relationship or friendship after losing one? Have you ever found yourself wondering, did I ever really matter to them? At the core, people deeply desire to be valued, appreciated, and irreplaceable. It hurts to feel like someone moved on so easily, but what if I told you that understanding this principle has helped many people heal? When you recognize that the narcissist is simply seeking a new supply, you will realize that their actions are not a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of their emptiness. This mindset is powerful because it helps you see that you were not the problem. Narcissists do not bond with people, they use them. When they can't feed off your emotions anymore, they need someone else to give them the attention and validation they crave. When people act the wrong way, don't take it personally. Instead, see it for what it is, a pattern, not a reflection of you. A powerful biblical example of this is Delilah and Samson. Delilah never truly loved Samson. She only wanted what she could gain from him. When Samson no longer served her purpose, she betrayed him without hesitation. She moved on to the next thing: riches, power, and favor with the Philistines. Samson thought she cared, but in reality, he was just a tool in her hands. The positive side? This story teaches us that our true value is not found in people who use and discard us. It is found in God. The negative side? If we base our worth on how others treat us, we will always be at the mercy of their approval. If you see a narcissist quickly moving on to someone new, remember this: you are not replaceable. Only manipulators think people are. Do not let their actions shake your confidence. Instead of feeling hurt, feel relieved. You are free. C.S. Lewis once said, "Getting over a painful experience is much like crossing monkey bars. You have to let go at some point in order to move forward. You are not losing anything, you are gaining your peace back." Stay tuned for the next principle. It will reveal even more insight. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this message with someone who needs it. Your worth is not up for debate. Final thoughts: breaking free from the demonic narcissist's grip. If you've ever dealt with a demonic narcissist, you now understand that their tactics follow a pattern. They will go to great lengths to regain control, but once you recognize their strategies, you take away their power. First, they will launch a smear campaign against you. They know that isolating you makes you vulnerable, so they spread lies and twist the truth to turn others against you. But as we learned from Jesus, when people falsely accuse you, trust that God will defend you in time. If that doesn't work, they will attempt hoovering, trying to suck you back in. They may suddenly apologize, act kind, or pretend they've changed. But like Satan tempting Eve in the Garden of Eden, their words are filled with deception. When someone shows you their true colors, believe them the first time. If you don't fall for that, they will provoke and gaslight you. They will try to make you question your own reality, twisting your words and making you feel like you're the problem. But as we saw with Nehemiah rebuilding the wall, wise people do not engage in foolish arguments. They stay focused on their purpose. Then comes the manipulation of others. If they can't deceive you, they will try to deceive those around you, turning people against you. But as we saw with Jesus, those who betray you are not your true friends anyway. Let them go. When that fails, they resort to pity plays and self-destructive behaviors. Suddenly, they become the victim, acting like their world is falling apart. But as we learned from Saul's downfall, true repentance brings change, not just sorrow. Don't let false guilt control you. Finally, when they realize they've lost their grip, they seek a new supply. They move on quickly, hoping to make you feel discarded. But as Samson learned from Delilah, your worth is not defined by someone who uses and discards you. Instead of feeling abandoned, feel relieved. You are free. So what now? Now that you see the pattern, you can break free. Your worth is not defined by a narcissist's opinion. Your peace is not something they have the right to steal. The more you understand these principles, the stronger you become. This knowledge has helped many people heal, and it will help you too. C.S. Lewis once said, "You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending." Let this be the moment you take your power back. No more falling for manipulation. No more feeling guilty for setting boundaries. No more questioning your worth. You are chosen. You are loved. And you are free. If this message blessed you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. There is life beyond the narcissist. Step into it with confidence.